Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Endzone 2. So, off the back of our last episode, we actually go straight into another toxic rainstorm, which is very frustrating and it's not good. We are going to be in a bit of trouble. Luckily, with our increased population, I have been able to kit us out with some more decontaminators who can work to dig up the soil. However, having a look at where we're at the moment, it is not pretty. So another radiation storm. We've already got 2 radiated settlers who are not doing so well. Luckily, if we have a look here, we've only got 2% of our resources contaminated and 13% soil radioactivity, so that's fine. And with the increased population and the increased ability to manage the radiation, we should be okay. The other thing I've realized and worked out from actually reading something has been our Pathfinder. We can assign a specialist to it, and I did not notice this in our last episode, even though it's there right in front of me. So Valentina is a qualified engineer. She can then go in there and head on down to the bridge so we can get that repaired and hopefully establish a second settlement very quickly. Now, the other thing that we needed to do this episode really urgently is to build another farm that can actually produce some natural latex for us. So we are going to go into our, it's not that kind of farm, it is a plantation. So our plantation, we can put one down here. Now, the radioactivity here is not good. If there's a way for me to put a smaller one up here, then we'll do that, but it's looking like we're going to have to go over here. The other option would be to adjust our fiber production here and just produce some natural latex for a bit there, but I don't want to do that. I think we're going to have to go here, and we're going to have to hope that we can produce enough to decontaminate this area very quickly so that we can start producing that natural latex and get some rubber made in the vulcanizer when it finally arrives. Unfortunately, that's quite close to our housing, so we're going to have to be very careful with how we manage that, especially if we want the vulcanizer to be nearby. So it might well be that we need to move this a little bit further afield. So we're going to make sure that we're planting natural latex, and we are going to cultivate over here. And that is 100 of 100. And if we then were to build the vulcanizer, which we haven't yet unlocked, we do have research available to us, but I wanted to use that. We've got the decontaminator upgraded. Let's have a look, because we do have some tasks here. Outdated technology, there we go. Can we now upgrade it? No, we need 15 iron tools. Luckily though, we can actually send our buggy down with some stuff for Rusty Rolf. So what we'll do is we'll take 150 iron tools. We'll then head down to Rolf and we'll trade with him to get some iron tools that we can then use to upgrade that sort of stuff, which is good. Let's get 3 people to work in this plantation. That should bring us in some natural latex. We can get that upgrade done. That's actually going to bring us some decontamination materials, which is really good. The buggy is now there, so let's speak to Rolf. We'll give him these iron tools and hopefully he will give him the scrap tools, and hopefully he'll give us some iron tools in return, but that's not looking good at this moment in time. Can we at least get 15? No, we can get 9. Okay, well, we'll do that. Then we'll leave. Then we'll go to our scrap yard, which is really close by, and we'll fill up with scrap, and we'll see if we can just get a little bit more. So 300 scrap, let's see what that brings us. Hopefully enough. We're about to get hit by the toxic rain, so let's see. That gets us 2 units of iron tool. He's got another task for us as well, so we could hopefully, let's have a look then back over in Terra Nova. We've got 2 iron tools there. We aren't making any, and we don't have any iron. So we're going to go back, and we're going to have to do this a couple more times. That's not even going to get us 1, I don't think. Okay, the radiation is rising sharply, so we're not looking too good here. That doesn't get us 2, it gets us 1. If I just take out... Okay, right. So we now know it's roughly 140 scrap for 1 iron tool. So that's going to get us somewhere, kind of. Let's head back up to here. Then we'll head down to the bridge where we can start the expedition. We have our engineer here, so she can go over here, repair this finally, and then we can get over and loot what's left there. Hopefully it's got some radiation protection in there for us. There we go, that's repaired now. We can get over the other side and start exploring that space. Thankfully, we're going to be able to do this, and I'm quite excited for what's to come. We do have to get some stuff done though, because this new dangers system could lead us into a bit of disaster. So we'll end the expedition, we'll head back home, and we can use our vehicles to explore the other side, which is good. How are you looking? The buggy is on its way back. Got a new zone. And it also unlocks the electricity introduction, which is a little bit of a task for us. So we've got seedlings here. They want 25 tools, 50 units of fiber. We'll say yes to that, and then that's good. We now have the cannabis plants, which we can grow and harvest in our coffee shops and sell cannabis to people. So the rain is almost done. So it's actually a shorter rainstorm this time, so we're not doing too badly with that. We're going to drop all of this off, and then I'm just going to have a quick look in here at the items, because we can definitely trade something with Rolf to get some stuff, and we'll try and just get as many iron tools as we can. So we'll load up the Pathfinder. He already sells the axes, so we're not going to get rid of them. Then we'll get rid of the generator as well, and then we'll take our Pathfinder down to Rolf over here, and we'll see if we can just get as many iron tools as possible to make that trade worthwhile. We only currently have one radiated settler, which is not too bad at all. We do still need to upgrade some stuff here. Can I actually put the upgrade in yet? No, because that's what I'm getting the iron tools for. We've still got 39 minutes on that, so it's not too much of an issue. Looking at our radioactivity, they've actually done a really good job of clearing that out. So we can cope with that. We can then actually just get to this decontaminator here, or this one here, and we'll just move it a little bit further afield so they can help out there. And then this one, currently, if we just have a look at the levels, I would like them to change their focus over to here. And then down here where we've got our plantation, if this one can just move out a little bit to here, that might actually help out with the plantation and aid in their recovery. The rain has stopped now. We're down here at Rusty Rolf. Let's enter the trading post, and we'll trade all of this stuff to him in exchange for iron tools. Good. Right, let's get max. Now we can just knock them off one at a time. Take 10 off. Right, then we'll add a couple more on. There we go. Right, so 27 in exchange for those. That's actually good. We can now see what task he's got. He wants car tires. Then we'll leave the trading post. We'll head back up to here. Drop off these iron tools, and then we'll head on out over with our buggy to this space here. And we've also a brand new settlement right off the bat there, right next to the bridge, with a decaying lead mine. And what else is there? A decaying mine, which can mine coal. So we've got a coal mine and a lead mine. We've got some wild animals. We've got 2 lots of fertile soil and swampland. So I think that's going to be our next settlement. That's going to give us lead, which is going to be really useful when it comes to protecting us from radiation and stuff. I'm quite happy with that. That's quite a lucky discovery. So what we can then do is we can get the buggy into there to start sorting stuff out. We'll drop these things off. That's 12 units there. We'll get the buggy to head down to here. Off we go. Right, so once the Pathfinder's back, we've got 14 iron tools, which we can start using to upgrade various things, mainly the decontamination stations. And having a look at what else we've got more outdated technology. Upgrade the coal kiln to the upgraded charcoal kiln. Let's have a look at our research then. Where is our coal kiln? It's over here somewhere. I think it's in this side. There it is. 25 units of brick, which we don't currently have, but we're on 24, so it's not going to take us long to get that one done. And we've made it back. We've got an empty work area for something. We'll drop off those tools. Where are we looking here? It is the hunting lodge. Okay, where can we get some more animals from then? There's nothing anywhere. That ain't good. There's like 900 over here for some reason. Oh, in the forest over there. Now, it's going to take them a lot more time to get there. We'll go with that. And then, if we have a look at our coal kilns again, we need to upgrade that. Right, we're back. That's dropped off. Oh, yes, it was the decontamination station I was upgrading. We'll get that one done. We're going to need more bricks. So where's our brickworks? There it is. Let's get a couple more people working in there. We're a little bit short on clay, though. Where's our clay pit? There we go. Let's get some more people working in that. There we go. Right, we've got a lot of people working in the clay pit, a lot more working in the brickworks. That is going to impact our coal, though. We're losing 5 per minute. But over here, we've got a resource deposit that we can turn into a coal mine. And I don't think we currently have the coal mine available to us. I think we might need to research that. We just have a look at our mines here. Iron, coal. So, coal mine requires 25 units of brick. We can unlock it there, so we're going to research that now. Then let's head back over here where Rusty Rolf's quest can be completed with the tires being loaded up. Head down to him and drop that off. At least I know there's a way to get iron tools without actually needing to make them myself, which in this early phase is going to be very useful. Then we're going to start heading out looking for places to explore and see if we can unlock a little bit more of this map. It's raining and it's good rain. Now, this good rain would last for 2 minutes and it will help our fields grow faster and reduce the soil radiation levels, which is going to have a huge impact on our settlement, actually. If we have a look at the levels there, you can see they're all starting to decrease quite rapidly. That's really useful. Okay, so we have a decontaminator here that we can't yet upgrade. It's been upgraded. Amazing. Right, so our upgraded decontaminator will be much better. And looking at the decontamination levels, they are starting to fall quite nicely. Now, the thing is, we can technically leave these to be radiated, because if we just dig up soil in this space here, it actually covers the areas where our storage is. So they will decontaminate the storage as and when. And with that being that's useful, because if the food depot is decontaminated, they will clean the resources. If we have a quick look here, we've only got 1% contaminated resources and 1% soil radioactivity. So having our decontamination stuff quite close by in these areas isn't actually going to cause that much of an issue, because we're going to be able to clean everything as it is collected. So I think that's probably a good way to go. And yeah, soil radioactivity isn't great, because it means we're going to be digging up radiation and radioactive materials from the soil, but being able to actually just decontaminate areas is much better in terms of getting our supplies and stuff looked after. Now, what I want to try and find while I'm out and about here exploring is another wind turbine, if at all possible, because getting another wind turbine will be really, really useful for us. So looking around, I'm seeing quite a bit of stuff here. There's not really anything in the way of... Ooh, there's quite a substantial amount of radioactivity there, but that settlement is huge. That's going to be really, really useful for us. We've got an increase in radiation again coming in, toxic rain affecting Terra Nova. So we've had the air cleansing happen and people have luckily survived. What's this over here? That's a ruin, but it's a clay pit. So that's going to give us a really nice supply of clay from time to time. And we could actually have our buggy go back and forth to that clay pit. And it would mean we only need to have one person. Right, we've got people dying from a sickness somehow. Even though we do have a pharmacy, don't we? We do. We don't have anyone working in it now. Right, this is tough. We're on the verge of a radiation rain, and we've got a lot of sickness. They are being cured. We're producing a lot of medicine. It's not going down. People do have access to it. No, they don't, because we don't have anyone working in the pharmacy. So what we're going to do is, where's the pharmacy? It's over here somewhere. Let's have a quick look. Community buildings, and then Pharmacy. Right. We are going to have to prioritize this building. We need somebody working in that pharmacy at all times. So hopefully... Yeah, we don't have an available worker there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some people out of our foresters. We'll take some out of the clay because the bricks are fine now. We'll drop a lumberjack. We need tool makers. We need charcoal burners. Why have we got drug makers? Pharmaceutical laboratory. Okay. That's good to know. Undertakers we need left. We'll drop a couple of decontaminators for now. Drop that down to 5. That should now give us somebody working in the pharmacy. There we go. Right, okay, so hopefully we can distribute these drugs as quickly as possible. We've got our buggy darting around somewhere down here. There it is. Off the edge of the map somehow. Then we'll have him drive around a little bit more. If we can find somewhere where we can get a good view and unlock all of the expeditions and stuff on this map. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be possible because every map is different. We don't always have the items that we're looking for. But there's Ole Sorensen. What is that? That's an expedition. Ole will trade quite a few goods to us as well, which is very useful. Just being able to reveal all of the expeditions on the map would be really useful because we can then spend our next episode going and tackling as many of those as possible. Obviously, they give you access to new materials, new research points, and I would like to get as many done as possible in this area before we even start going further. We've got some more areas suitable for a settlement there. There might be another bridge further up here, and that's the radiation levels rising quite sharply. Got to be very careful. How long is this going to last? Only 3 minutes, so it's a shorter rain this time, which means we should be able to recover. I'm refusing to check on my settlement at this moment in time because I dread to think what is happening. So we're just going to keep exploring and unlocking as much of this map, like, basically as possible. Once we uncover most of the fog of war, we'll be able to have a bit of an idea of what the rest of the place looks like, and we can start picking and choosing where we're going to start exploring. Ooh, that looks nice. A little old church by the looks of things there. And some of these buildings are new additions to the game as well with the latest update. That is an end zone, which will give us quite a bit of research, I would imagine. But maybe a difficult one to get involved in terms of what we'll be able to unlock. Right, we're going to send our buggies home. Oh, actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to have a look at this bridge and see what's needed in terms of repairs there. Because if we can get access to another zone, have all 3 zones unlocked, I think we'll be in for a successful run. Let's have a look. What do we need here? Halfway intact. Can we repair it? Now, usually, the second bridge needs a little bit more work to it. We can grab some items here, though. It's usually going to require things like iron. Right, yeah, there we go. Iron. 25 units of iron we need for that. We might actually have some at the settlement, so it could be worth going back there and checking it out. We do get some rubber gloves, though, so we can load all of these into the buggy and end the expedition. And then we're going to head back over here. Send the buggy home. And we'll send the Pathfinder home. Right. Iron. We've got 50 units of iron. We are running out of water. Ooh. How's that happened? Let's get some more water carriers. There we go. Right. Whew. Okay. We've now got 16 settlers. We have sorted out the contamination levels. The soil radioactivity is not great at the moment. It's at 8%. But people are generally healthy now. We need to upgrade this jetty. So yes, we'll do that. Let's kick that upgrade off. All right. Let's have a look. What else do we have? Water supply issue was upgrading the jetty. Soil radioactivity is at 8%. I'm refusing to let them do this. So we've got building modes. We're going to go with construction before repairs, please. Renovations complete. Good. And our settlers are very happy now. Good. we've managed to make a bit of a dent in things, so we can have a look at what we might need to do to upgrade things. I'm going to upgrade the plantation because it's going to give us a bit more efficiency. Or we could push on and try and get that. Let's have a look at our expeditions then. So in Sector 2, we've got quite a few here that we've managed to find. We have a city of ruins. Interesting. An industrial site, a barn, a house. There is a ruin there, and that looks like a car. I wonder if we could get another vehicle there. That might be useful. Country house, more greenhouses, warehouse, house, lots of houses, an industrial site. A barn. What does our next bridge need then? This destroyed bridge, let's have a look at what it needs. It needs a fire axe, it needs scrap, and it needs iron. We could do that. We could unlock our next zone now. So I'm actually going to do that, and then off camera what I'll do is I'll explore all of it, and then we can start our new episode with some mass exploration. So we're going to take the scrap, we are going to take 25 units of iron, take 30, and then we'll head back over in the Pathfinder to repair that bridge. Hopefully it doesn't need an engineer. It does actually need an engineer. Do I still have an engineer in there? I do. Excellent. Right, let's go. We're going to get this repaired, then we're going to say goodbye. It has been a good episode. We've done quite a bit, and I'm happy with how things have gone so far. We've got a little bit more that we could do, but quite happy to finish it here. The new radiation does make things tougher. We are short on coal. I wanted to research the coal mine, actually, so we're going to do that now. We have done it. Can we build it yet? Right, the coal mine is built. Did it need anything in the vicinity? I think it might have done. Tool production. It needed tool production. Right, where's our tool maker? Or is it worth us just building another tool maker? That's the workshop there. Right, what if I just copy this workshop? We'll put it here. It needs to be close to scrap production, which it currently isn't. There's a scrap producer there. Then I don't necessarily think that's going to bring us closer to that scrapyard. That's the recycler. That's the scrapyard, and they're currently over there. So what we could do is we'll just bring this down so we only have one person working in there. We'll then build another scrapyard just here. Problem is we're eating into our forestry area. Do we have any other coal nodes here? Oh wait, there's one there. Right, so let's find this coal mine. We're going to demolish that building. We can set up some sort of tool production over here. So if we put our scrapyard here, this is a heavily contaminated area though, so we're just going to need to be aware of that. We'll put a scrapyard here. We'll then put a wood cutting lodge here, a tree nursery, there, then our tool maker, our workshop, which is in trades and crafts. Workshop needs to be near wood and scrap, and ideally have a depot in the vicinity, so that can go there. Then we'll build our coal mine right there. And then we can link all of this up with a gravel path going into here, and we'll have it come down to here, linking up with the rest of the settlement. And then we just need to build something logistics, which will be a upgraded material depot right on the corner there. Right, okay, so our tree nursery, we're going to have them go over to here. Then we'll have our wood cutting lodge take over this area. Scrapyard will go to here. Workshop has everything it needs in the area, and then the coal mine is ready to go. Okay, that's good. let's go repair the bridge, and then we'll say goodbye. And off camera, what I'll do is I'll redo all of my professions in Terra Nova, because we're a little bit of a mess at the moment over there. And if I have to increase the population there, I will. It's a large settlement, so it should be self-sustaining. It should be able to do this. And that is another bridge done and unlocked, which gives us access to a new zone, which is quite exciting. This delivery truck must be what we needed the axe for. So we'll get that unlocked, get whatever's inside it, and then we now have 2 new zones, which means we could theoretically get 2 brand new settlements here. Quite exciting now. And the world has gone from being quite small to being fairly large in terms of our production and our settlements. But having a 3rd zone, you get another one right there straight off. So we could have 3 main settlements here. This one's a little bit janky, but it does have iodine, swampland, restorable ruins, which is an old fish farm, which could be a major food production for us. That's good. But for now, we'll take the Pathfinder all the way home. Let's check our decontamination levels. The resources are at 0%, 5% soil radioactivity, but we're about to get some radioactive rain. They want a big party. Yeah, let's do it. More seedlings by the looks of things, so we'll get that done. And then some wanderers. Okay, let's bring them in. Now that leaves us a little bit short of food, so let's put another fisherman in, and that sees the food start to recover. Where's our hunting lodge? Because they will need to go. We got a wood cutting lodge there. We're going to put 1 person to work there. Then we have a hunting lodge somewhere. I'm sure we do. We'll leave that for now, though. We don't have anybody working here, but we're about to get started on that. So we'll get our workshop in. We'll get our scrapyard in, our wood cutting lodge, and our tree nursery. Now, we do have 7 homeless settlers. So we are going to need to upgrade a couple of tents to huts, which shouldn't take us long. There we go. Excellent. Right, so once they're upgraded, we'll upgrade them all. Let's just do it. It's going to lead to a significant population boost, which means we're going to really need to manage things. But I think if Terra Nova becomes this really nice self-sustaining settlement, we'll really be able to make things good here. So that's that done. And obviously there's going to be room to grow now that we've got those built. So that leaves us here. Another Endzone 2 episode complete. And things are growing quite rapidly now. So I'm going to need to do a little bit of off-camera management to make sure that everything's fine. But for now, thank you all for watching. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.